Mizzou has arrived in Atlanta. Hi there, Tiger fans. I'm Ben Arnett at the Georgia Dome, where the Tigers got their first look at the venue for the 2014 SEC tournament on Wednesday. Thursday at noon Central Time, Mizzou takes on Texas A&M in a winner-go-home battle. And I talked it over with Tiger head coach Frank Haith.
You know, you really consistently got to get your guys to understand, worry about what you can control, not try to look past the moment, stay in the present. And the present right now, we had to prepare. We're preparing for a day to get ready to play a Texas A&M team tomorrow. That's really good. So I think that's all the mindset's got to be, instead of wandering past the present, and because you can get caught up doing that and then you lose focus.
Sounds like the best way to win 4 in a row is to not think about winning 4 in a row, right?
Right. You can't do that, and it's kind of cliche, in terms of one game at a time, but it's so true. And you got to really just focus on beating and winning your first game, and it will be the hardest. We won't play a harder game than tomorrow in this tournament if we're fortunate enough to win that game, because once that's the first time you're going out on the court against a team that's very, very good, and you're getting used to your environment. So it will be the toughest game. So that's why we got to put so much emphasis on focusing on just that game.
Obviously, we just saw Texas A&M, and you mentioned what a tough physical game they bring. Is there anything to those guys other than just bringing grit and playing hard?
Yeah, they're tough guys. They got a tough coach. They compete hard. Their style, the tempo they play at is unique. They play a slow-down pace on offense. They play a slow-down pace on defense, basically. You've got to be patient on both ends of the court to compete against these guys.
You mentioned the environment. It's not a gym at all by any stretch of the means here in the Georgia Dome. What do you tell your guys, especially your shooters, about how they need to adjust to this environment to play basketball in a football stadium?
First of all, we had our first test today, going out there, just getting some shots up and getting used to the environment, the floor, getting up and down a little bit. And as you can see, it's going to be different, because when you shoot a shot straight on, the backdrop looks different than you normally, and the rims are a little bit different than you're normally used to, but they can't worry about it because you can't control it. All you got to do, the other team's got to play in there too, so we got to worry about what we can control, and that's how hard we play and getting back to playing again the way we know how to play.
Talked to Ernest. He mentioned emphasis on focus and poise. Is that really what it comes down to this time of year?
Yeah, the team that has the most composure and plays together and plays as great chemistry, those are the teams that are going to win the games. And that poise is a big word in terms of competitive competing in an event. But we've got to play together as a team too. I think it's extremely important, and then we've got to play confident, with a lot of confidence.
You don't need a long memory to remember the last time the Tigers and Aggies hooked up. Mizzou won a tough battle over Texas A&M on March 5th, a game that Coach Haith likened to a toothache. He and the Tigers expect a similarly gritty performance from the Aggies on Thursday. The game is on SEC TV. Just check MUTigers.com for a listing of local television stations that will carry the game across the state of Missouri and across the Midwest. And of course, we'll have the post-game reaction shortly after the conclusion of Thursday's game right here on the Mizzou Network. In Atlanta with the Mizzou men's basketball team at the 2014 SEC tournament, I'm Ben Arnett for the Mizzou Network.